Every person on this planet carries within them an invisible code, a powerful energy that has the potential to change everything: your mindset, your destiny, your life. Most people never discover it. They live every day repeating the same patterns, chasing goals that don't belong to them, and wondering why happiness always feels just out of reach. They wake up tired, work hard, and still feel unfulfilled. It's not because they're weak or lazy. It's because they've been following someone else's definition of success instead of listening to their own. The truth is simple: real success begins when you stop trying to meet the world's standards and start asking yourself one question: what do I truly want? That question sounds small, but it's the key that unlocks everything. Hidden inside you is something greater than talent or intelligence. It's your core desire. It's the fire that drives you, the heartbeat that refuses to fade no matter how many times life knocks you down. This isn't just a wish or a dream. It's the deepest part of who you are. When you find it, every challenge becomes fuel, every obstacle becomes a test, and every setback becomes proof that you're still in the fight. You can't fake passion. You can't buy it. You can only uncover it. And once you do, there's no force on earth that can stop you. Think about it: every breakthrough in human history began with someone's core desire. Someone who refused to settle for average. Someone who looked at the impossible and said, "I'll find a way." That's the DNA of success, not a genetic code, but a spiritual one, the inner design that pushes you to grow, create, and conquer. Success doesn't belong to the lucky. It belongs to the relentless. And relentlessness comes from clarity, knowing exactly what you want and why you want it. The world will try to distract you, define you, and sometimes even break you, but if your desire is strong enough, you'll rise again every single time. There was a boy once, small, quiet, and constantly bullied. His name was Jack. Every day he came home beaten and ashamed, until one day, his father looked him in the eyes and said, "If you don't fight back today, you'll live afraid forever." Fear filled his heart, but so did something else: a spark, a decision. That pain became the beginning of his purpose. He trained, he learned, he transformed his weakness into strength. What changed him wasn't luck or opportunity, it was the moment he said, "No more." That decision became his core desire: to never live in fear again. From that day forward, he built the life he wanted, not the one the world told him to accept. And that's what the DNA of success does: it takes your greatest pain and turns it into unstoppable power. You see, the difference between those who dream and those who achieve isn't talent. It's alignment. When your heart and your purpose are aligned, nothing feels forced. Work stops being a burden, it becomes an expression of who you are. The late nights, the sacrifices, the failures, they no longer scare you because they're part of something bigger. That's what happens when you activate your conquering force, the part of you that doesn't back down when things get tough. Most people quit when the pain begins. The few who keep going are the ones who discover how powerful they truly are. You already have that strength. You've had it since the day you were born. The problem is, you've been taught to ignore it. Society told you to be logical, to be safe, to choose the practical path. But logic never built empires. Logic never wrote history. Passion did. Fire did. Heart did. That's why the most successful people don't just think with their minds, they listen to their hearts. Your heart knows when something feels right. It knows when you're living your truth or living a lie. The mind doubts, the heart believes. The mind calculates, the heart commits. Following your heart doesn't mean being reckless, it means being real. It means trusting your emotions as signals guiding you toward what fulfills you most. When your heart and your purpose work together, life feels lighter. You move with confidence because your energy aligns with your truth. That's heart set over mindset, the emotional drive that fuels greatness. Think of Kali, a woman who grew up without love, rejected and abandoned, constantly told she wasn't enough. Life gave her every reason to quit, but she refused to let her pain define her. She turned her heartbreak into hunger. She entered the world of business with nothing but determination and built a life filled with success and love. Her past didn't hold her back, it pushed her forward. She didn't just work hard, she worked with purpose. That's what heartset does, it transforms pain into power. And then there was Melissa, a 9-year-old girl who saw a television program about pollution destroying the planet. Most people would have sighed and changed the channel. But not Melissa. Her heart couldn't ignore what she saw. She wrote a letter to the president asking him to take action. When no one replied, she didn't give up, she found a new way. She created a campaign that spread across the country, reaching millions of people and inspiring change. Think about that, a child changed the world not because she had power, but because she had purpose. That's what happens when you listen to your heart. When passion meets action, miracles happen. But to find your core desire, your true purpose, you have to stop running from silence. You have to sit with yourself and ask, what do I deeply want that I don't have? What would I chase even if I failed 1,000 times? What makes me come alive? When you answer that honestly, you'll feel it in your chest, that burning clarity that says, this is it. That's your core desire. It's the one thing that will keep calling you back no matter how many times you get lost. Once you find it, protect it. Feed it. And most importantly, align your actions with it. Because wanting something isn't enough, you have to earn it every single day. Craig was a man who thought he had everything, family, stability, money. But he also had something else, pain. Years of unhealthy habits had left him trapped in his own body, overweight and unhappy. He tried to change, but every time he started, he stopped. Until one day, his doctor looked him in the eye and said, if you don't change now, you might not have a future. That day, fear became fuel. He worked harder than ever, lost weight, changed his diet, and began to feel alive again. But soon, temptation returned. He slipped back. And yet, deep down, his desire to live didn't die. That's when he realized, his desire wasn't just about fitness, it was about freedom. Freedom from the life that was killing him slowly. This time, he didn't stop. He found his 100-level desire, the kind that burns through excuses. That's what transformation looks like. Not perfection, but persistence. And that persistence, that fire, comes from what I call the conquering force, the power that takes you from intention to impact. The conquering force is not motivation, motivation fades. It's not inspiration, inspiration comes and goes. The conquering force is your will, the refusal to quit no matter how tired, how scared, or how hopeless you feel. It's the part of you that fights for your dream when no one believes in it. You can measure your conquering force by your dedication. When you love what you're doing, you don't need someone to remind you to keep going. You wake up ready. You go to bed grateful. You bleed for the vision because it means something to you. That's the difference between interest and obsession. Interest works when it's easy, obsession works when it's hard. Marcy once wanted a piano bench that didn't exist. No store had what she imagined. Most people would have settled. She didn't. She decided to make it herself, even though she had never built anything before. She took classes, bruised her hands, broke pieces, failed repeatedly, but she kept going. 6 weeks later, she built her perfect bench with her own hands. That's what the conquering force does, it transforms ordinary people into creators, learners, winners. You don't wait for opportunities, you build them. You don't beg for chances, you create them. That's success. But success isn't random. It follows a formula, a pattern that every achiever lives by. It's not luck, it's alignment. Success equals core desire plus direction, times proper action plus persistence. Think about that. Your core desire gives you the why. Direction gives you the how. Proper action gives you the motion. Persistence gives you the momentum. You can't skip any of them. You can't just wish, you must act. You can't just act, you must act in the right direction. You can't just start, you must never stop. Look at Mark, a man who owned a small video store. One day, someone asked him to donate to a children's hospital. At first, he ignored it. But later, he heard a mother's story about how that hospital saved her child's life. Something in him changed. Helping those children became his new purpose. He used his business to raise funds, even bringing in the actual Batmobile from the movies to attract donations. When things went wrong and deals fell apart, he didn't quit, he fixed them. The result? Thousands of children got the help they needed. Mark found joy not in profit, but in purpose. That's the power of persistence and direction combined. And here's something most people overlook: no one succeeds alone. Every champion has a mentor. Someone who sees your potential before you do. Someone who guides you when you can't see the path. A mentor isn't just a teacher, they're a mirror that reflects your best self. The right mentor can accelerate your journey more than years of trial and error ever could. But you must choose wisely. Not everyone who talks success lives it. Look for those who've walked the road you want to walk. Learn from their wins, but more importantly, from their mistakes. Stay humble. Stay teachable. Respect their time, their wisdom, and their lessons. And one day, become that mentor for someone else. There was a little girl named Judy who dreamed of dancing. She trained hard, full of joy, until one day, she got injured. Doctors told her to quit. Her parents could have forced her to keep dancing, but they didn't. Instead, they guided her to explore other talents. She discovered her gift for speaking and turned it into a career that inspired millions. You may know her as Judge Judy. That's the power of mentorship. It doesn't force you to fit a mold, it helps you discover your own. So ask yourself right now, what's your core desire? What keeps calling you even when you try to ignore it? Maybe it's the dream you buried because someone said it was impossible. Maybe it's the passion you left behind when life got hard. Maybe it's the voice inside whispering, you were made for more. That's not fantasy, that's your truth. The world doesn't need another copy, it needs your originality. Your DNA of success isn't something you earn, it's something you awaken. You were born with it. It's in your voice, your mind, your heart. You just have to activate it. So stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the perfect time. The perfect time doesn't exist. Life will never slow down for your dreams, you have to speed up for them. Take the first step. Then take another. And when you fall, because you will, stand up again. Every time you rise, your conquering force grows stronger. Every time you push through fear, your DNA of success activates a little more. Don't waste your life wondering what could have been. Live the story that deserves to be told. You have everything you need already inside you, your core desire, your heart set, your conquering force, your vision, and the power to persist. Use them. Believe in them. Because when your heart and your purpose unite, you become unstoppable. Success is not out there waiting, it's inside you, waiting for you to wake it up. So wake it up. Wake up your greatness. Wake up your fire. Wake up the DNA of success that's been sleeping inside you all along. The world is waiting for the real you, not the version that plays small, not the version that hides behind excuses, but the one that knows exactly what they want and is ready to fight for it. This is your time. This is your life. This is your moment to rise. You are not average. You are not ordinary. You are built for something extraordinary. The DNA of success runs through your veins, now prove it. Stand tall, move forward, and never forget, everything you truly need has been inside you from the very beginning. All that's left is for you to believe it, live it, and unleash it. Because success isn't found, it's awakened. And today, it awakens in you.